Seeing the Bigger Picture, Revealing Revelations. This is chapter 5 from Spiritual Growth, Being Your Higher Self by Sanaya Roman. Today we're going to talk about seeing the bigger picture, exposing that bigger picture, and in doing so, understanding your life's purpose. It's the benefit of today, to begin to really understand your life's purpose. Seeing the bigger picture involves putting everything into larger framework, where its true meaning can be understood. Imagine you are working on a jigsaw puzzle and you put pieces together in one corner and then you see a small house. You may work on a completely different area next, and a tree may appear. They don't seem to be connected until later when you work on another part and the country scene unfolds. The tree and the house are complete within themselves, but they are also parts of the bigger picture. So part of what we're going to talk today and the benefit of exposing this bigger picture is don't become discouraged when things don't really seem to be turning out exactly the way you designed it, the way it is on your list, the way you imagined it. You know, be encouraged to know that there's a larger picture. And even though right now you're working on a segment of your life's puzzle, doesn't really seem to make sense. You know, perhaps some contrasts in your life, maybe a divorce, a sickness, some sort of setback, a failed class, whatever the case may be. All these things come to do one thing, and that is to teach us lessons, life lessons, and give us skill sets that we need further down the road. So again, trust life to take care of life, and then trust the universe in terms of the bigger picture. Now, you may have already discovered that seemingly unimportant things you've learned, jobs you've taken, experiences you've had all fit together in a way that you couldn't have anticipated at the time. So for me, I am 49 years old. I have a different perspective on the big picture now versus when I was 29 or 19, because I had only gone so far down the road. I have experiences now that I didn't have then, and I realized that all things really do work together, and I can look back over my life because we learn, looking backwards, you can put the pieces together. I can see things that were not necessarily understood at the time. Certainly, I can understand why I went through them today, and they have benefited me. So that's another thing to be encouraged about. It was only later when you saw a bigger picture that you realized that the importance of certain things. Your higher self has a larger plan for your life, and every experience you have will fit together, and it'll give you value in some way, even if you don't know how. Now, those who perceive this bigger picture are often called visionaries because they have broader visions than most people. Now, you too will become a visionary as you learn to see the bigger picture, the larger picture of yours and others' lives. Spiritual growth comes as a series of revelations. You're not going to get the entire download. It's going to be point by point. It's going to be mile by mile. The earth plane has been called dense by some. The density of matter creates a veil of unknowing. And once born here, most people, even highly evolved souls, lose their memory of who they are. You must often operate blind, with only a dim awareness of your purpose and your goal. This is one of the reasons your dimension offers such a challenge and so much opportunity for growth. The knowledge and wisdom of your higher self comes through a series of revelations. Revelations are those moments when the veils lift and you have an insight, a breakthrough, or just a new understanding. As the veil lifts, you'll see beyond this reality and receive many insights into things you might not have seen or thought of before. So again, the connection here with your higher self is key. And I hope this being chapter 5, you've listened, starting with chapter 1, where we talked about connecting to your higher self and being your higher self. And if you listen to this channel where we're always talking about being your true higher self, that is of great value to you. Why? Because there is a part of you, you're connected to all there is. You are connected to a source with unlimited resources. And many of us don't realize it, therefore we don't utilize it. So connecting with your higher source is paramount in order to receive these revelations, particularly when we're talking about the meditative practices that we've employed. So if you've not listened to chapter 1, please go back, listen to Transforming Your Life, Connecting with Your Higher Self. It is paramount as it relates to this particular book by Sanaya Roman, because your higher self can lead and guide you into and through scenarios that you, the smaller you, the ego-based you, will not necessarily know how to navigate. Now, revelations are stripping away of the temporary not knowing and a gaining of knowledge of your higher self. Revelations provide you with the information about your greater reality that you're part of, the higher plan for humanity, and your higher purpose, which is what we're all really here to do. We want to know our life's purpose. And through a series of insights, you will gradually learn more about your path, your mission, and your steps. Revelations will show you why things are happening from a higher and a wiser perspective. And that's important because when things happen that you don't necessarily agree with, or you did not anticipate, or that doesn't feel good, it's important to know possibly why they're happening and what is it that I am expected to learn from this particular scenario. Now, you'll gain a greater understanding of people and events. You'll gradually discover the meaning of life, the purpose of this universe, and the why behind the what. You can increase your ability to see the bigger picture and receive revelation by asking yourself questions such as, why am I here? What am I here to do? You can use your imagination to ask questions that bring you revelations about the nature of the universe. Think of questions that invite answers that give you a bigger picture. These types of questions, self-inquiry included in terms of, we talked about who am I, that begins to really open up an area of yourself of exploration that deepens and widens and broadens your perspective of who you are. And it really can take you into the larger I. And to understand that the small me that I'm referring to is the ego-based you that has a name, an ethnicity, sexual orientation, has a title, perhaps a job title, maybe a parent title or relationship, designation, single or married, these sorts of things. Well, that's not really who you are. You are part of infinite intelligence. Your spirit, you are made in the image and the likeness of all there is. Source energy, the universal mind, infinite substance. And that is the larger I. So when we are doing self-discovery, we want to go in that direction to really discern who are we really and what is this journey all about. As you grow spiritually, you'll understand your life's purpose. I hope that we've not lost ourselves in this society and that the purpose for being here, or let me better say it, we should all desire to know what our life's purposes are. I feel like so many times we're in a cookie cutter situation with education and careers that people tend to forego their life's purpose simply for the benefit of finances and career advancement. You may very well become a vice president of whatever company, but it doesn't necessarily speak to your life's purpose. And so many people are miserable in these positions, and they don't really realize why. And the reason why is that they're not fulfilling their life's purpose. You cannot satisfy a infinite being, which you are, with temporal substance, cars, money, houses, and titles. You've got to be filled from a spiritual standpoint. The benefit should always be to the others. What are you doing for your local and world communities? What are you doing to really benefit others? Because the other is you. Think of the activities in your life right now. Ask questions such as, what is the true meaning of this activity? Why am I doing this? How does it fit into the larger picture of my life? How is what I am doing adding more light to the world? Revelations often come when you are in a relaxed state. Thomas Edison got many of his best ideas when he took his small naps during the day, relaxing his body and turning off his normal awareness, his conscious mind. Revelations can come in moments of reflection too, through meditation, while taking a walk, or even in the shower. Revelations can be simple or complex. They usually carry a special feeling with them. Some of you get goosebumps, tingling, or other physical sensations. I know for me, some years ago, I began to take a break during the day and just drive to sort of allow my mind to just do a menial task and take the focus off of whatever I was concentrating on. And many times, what I was trying to solve just kind of came to me, When you release the pressure of trying to identify a solution for a particular thing and you just relax, it can be through meditation. And I would suggest and really beseech you to meditate daily, a few times daily, at least twice daily. And you can really connect with your higher self, and you'll be able to connect with your universal mind and therefore your life's purpose. Now, you can learn to trust the insights you receive. When a revelation first comes, it may not be fully formed. Most of the times they're not. You just kind of get a glimpse of something that would be nice to do, nice to have, nice to work. It would be great to work at this company, just drive by. And then more and more, the revelation can come. You may get a glimpse of something and feel that the understanding of it is just out of your reach. Some ideas may come to you with a flash of great excitement, showing you new ways to live your life. At first, you may not see ways to carry them out, but as you play with them, a pathway will appear by which you can get there from where you are. So you can get to where you want to be from where you are, using your imagination. When insights and revelations first come to you, they may bring a sense of release, excitement, and joy. This high, stimulating feeling may be followed by a time when the excitement fades. That's happened to me a few times, which is why it's important to continue to focus on connecting with your higher self and seeking and asking questions in terms of your life's purpose. Learn to take action on insights and ideas when they show you how you can live a better life. That's really good advice for all of us. Learn to take action on insights and ideas when they show you how you can live a better life. The process of manifesting your insights brings spiritual growth. Mastering the process is as simple as accomplishing your goals. People who don't take action don't gain the benefits their insights and revelations are meant to bring them. In other words, knowledge does not apply itself. We said that on this channel many times. You can come to this channel, and we're always talking about new and innovative. Well, it's really not new, but bringing to you information that is very innovative in terms of, the spiritual realm that can bring to you a higher and better quality of life. But knowing it is one thing, applying it is something different. Perfect example, meditation. I don't necessarily preach meditation. I don't really preach at all because I don't like to share involuntary information. In terms, if someone has an ask, I don't necessarily press it upon them. But if someone was to ask me in terms of practices, what I would recommend, I always tell them about meditation. Meditation can be one of the more powerful and fruitful processes in your life. Well, I kind of said it in terms of, almost made it sound like a work process, but it's really not. It is just something you become. You become meditative. You don't do meditation. We'll do a video entirely on meditation, but for the sake of this example, my point is this. Telling someone that meditation can change their lives is great, but having them actually apply and do the meditation, I found to be somewhat problematic. It's like if I was a doctor and I was to prescribe medicine, this medicine would help you. But the one caveat is you actually have to take it. So it's not going to do any good in the capsule, in the bottle. And so with spiritual practices, once you learn or get a revelation, as we're talking about here in exposing your bigger picture for your life, once you get that revelation, that insight, and you begin to learn new and innovative and better ways to have a more productive life, more productive relationships, then certainly engage in those better practices master the processes, and accomplish your goals. Because why not? This is the whole reason why we're listening and to information like this, and we're reading content like this, because we want to improve the quality of our lives. Ultimately, why? Because we want to feel great. We want to feel better most of the time. Now, again, people who don't take action don't gain the benefits. So, again, I can give you a prescription, but if you don't take it, you're not going to get the benefit of the medicine. Implementing your insights gives you the skills you need to create a better life and to have more abundance and to feel greater aliveness. So in summary, guys, exposing the bigger picture, and we are going to do a meditation on this. It'll be a part 2, like all the series have been, all the chapters have been, and it's going to basically lead you into seeing more of the bigger picture, helping you to set up a process that you can daily go into your quiet space and to be able to ask those in-depth questions of yourself, of the universe, and to just kind of listen to see what the answers are. Now, again, don't be discouraged when things don't seem to be turning out exactly the way that you had envisioned. One of the things that I did early on in my life, and I carried it on, and I didn't realize how much of an impact it was having on me, was I have this list, of accomplishments, things that I want to have accomplished by certain periods in my life. I created this list unbeknownst to me when I was very young, and I just sort of carried it around subliminally, and I just always compared my life to this list. I wanted to be, in college at a certain time. I wanted to have graduated at a certain time. I wanted to be in my career at a certain point in my life, at a certain age. I wanted to be married at a certain time, at a certain point in my life. I wanted to have a certain number of kids. I wanted to have a certain amount of money. All of these things I created. I did not go through any process of asking life or the universe or my source what they thought about this. I just simply did it. And what I found is many times life does not go along with your list. And I found that I would be very troubled when things would happen outside of the way that I had mentally constructed them. So the solution was to get rid of my list. My life is really great, but it's gone far off the list in terms of timetables, certain accomplishments that I wanted to do when and where. And I've accomplished more than I actually had on the list. It's just my point is this. Sometimes we create these scenarios in our head and we're really judging ourselves harshly by them. And I'm just telling you today, maybe, not maybe, but a message from, your higher self is just to let it go. Just let it go. And just know that life will take care of life and things are good and things will get better, and always be optimistic and choose to see the brighter side. So guys, again, thanks for joining. Please subscribe to the channel if you've not already done so. Any questions, comments, please leave them in the discussion or the comments below, and I'll certainly get back to them. We have a free download for you for the importance of daily meditation and a personal yoga practice that will certainly benefit you and improve your life immediately. So take advantage of that as well. We'll see you next time. Thanks.